See me rolling, they hate it. Thanks for stopping by, guys. It's Al here, playing some more Scrap Mechanic. I was goofing around trying to... I don't know what I was doing, really. I was just goofing around, playing with some gears, and I kind of accidentally made something. You can probably hear it behind me. Probably not, it's really low. But I made a small one-cylinder engine. I can actually turn it up, but as I turn it up, it starts to fly away. But it works, and I can actually get power out of this. So with this concept, I actually took this engine specifically and tried to turn it into a car. I'm going to get rid of this. And I tried to turn it into a vehicle. This is the second version. I'll actually grab the first version out real quick too. I can show the bit of evolution that took place. Due to the way the drivetrain is, the car is at a steep angle. But if I turn it on, I need to grab a hammer, or it might start on me. Nope. Sometimes this needs a bit of a kickstart. So if I come back here and hit it, come on, come on, come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. And it's moving. And this works. It worked. Kind of a one stroke with two thrusters. There we go. Couldn't think of the name of those there for a second. And it worked. But the thing is the concern came across me. What if it's not the actual engine that's producing the powers, but the thrust of those thrusters that are pushing me forward at small bursts? So I kind of got a bit paranoid about that, and I didn't want to show that because I was afraid someone would go, well, it's just the thrusters pushing it. So I wanted to test it for myself. I did a few tests, and one is that yes, those two thrusters can push this vehicle on their own. So if I get this going, this thruster is just to help get the engine started, and if I hit 2, that'll counteract the engine. But as you can see, I slow down real fast. That's not what I wanted it to do, because that meant that a big majority of I just hit the wall. A big majority of my thrust was coming from the thrusters themselves and not the actual engine concept. So eventually I will slow down. So I thought, well, if I go bigger, maybe it might work. So I got rid of this and came into Flat World to experiment a bit more. And I created, where is it? This. Small 6-cylinder engine. That works spectacularly. So I actually get these tools out of my hand so I can have a free hand. There we go. It is loud as can be, so I'm going to step back from it here for a second. You can see it's just rolling along, and this little flywheel up front is just going at it. So actually, I want to see how fast that's going. So if I put a little marker on there, and then I come back here and start the engine, I'll give you a bit of perspective of how fast this thing's going. So I thought, great, well now I got a V6 engine, it's powerful, it's fast, and I can just strap this onto a car. I have not done anything like clutches or transmissions which are needed for a car, so I kind of jerry-rigged it and got something that worked. So first time with the car, I do this, turns on the engine, and I have these little boosters again to help get the engine started. But you'll quickly see that the engine slows down to a crawl or to a near crawl. Actually, just stopped. So that didn't work. So I thought maybe I need a bit more power, maybe I need a bit more push. But actually, before that, I tried making the engine more efficient and making the cylinders less resistant, and redoing them so there'd be less friction in them, and all this other stuff. None of that worked. So I ended up, actually here's the version that has less friction. It is laggy because there's so many different bearings, because I tried to make all those little blue parts roll to help. Yeah, this didn't work at all. It didn't help at all either. So, scrapped it. Delete this. I think that we come to the last one. I said screw it, and I just strapped more thrusters to it, and I'll just kind of show it to you. I also increased the size of that flywheel. So if I get going, eventually it'll slow down, but once it hits a certain speed, which I think it's at now, it'll stay at the speed for a while, if not indefinitely. Turning it does slow it down a bit. You have to be careful about that, but it will pick up speed. It will not start from a dead stop, but if you get it going, it will sit and go at this speed until it hits something, or you turn it real sharp and it slows down too much. As you can see, it's slowing down. Just let the engine pick back up. You see it's picking up speed, if I had a transmission in this, it'd probably work a lot better, because then I could gear down a bit. That might be my next step, but I made a gear system, and I made a freaking engine, and it works, and I'm so happy. I don't think this will work on a terrain world, because it barely works on this flat world, but you can tell that there's nothing, like those thrusters aren't pushing it. It's fully gear mechanized, and I'm so happy that it worked. I might expand this concept and, like I said, maybe make some transmissions and stuff, but I think that's enough for this episode. I think I showed off what I wanted to show off. I made a gear car. So if you like what you watched, please leave a like. If you have anything to say, any suggestions on what I should do for this, and I just noticed the wheelbases are off, that's bugging me. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. If you like what I'm doing, like to see more of it, please feel free and subscribe, because that helps out a lot. If you like to see more gear cars, let me know, because I actually enjoyed making this, and I'm so glad it worked. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. Thank you for stopping by. This has been Al. Peace.